Hi friends, this time I'm going to talk about the left hand and the how that the left hand works. Okay, first of all, we need to find a chord, any chord, and place the fingers on the chord. Let's say I'm doing the A chord, right? This is for beginners, lesson for beginners. So you press the fingers in place, and then it doesn't matter if they don't sound, because what we are trying to do, we're trying to get a little bit more pressure in the fingers until the sound, the guitar sound nice and clean. So at this point, we know how much pressure we need in the left hand to produce a chord. In this case, by example, I'm going to demonstrate here by touching this string. This is what it sounds like, just touching it. But if I add a little bit pressure, then it produces the sound, but I'm not putting much pressure in it. So I'm just touching it, I'm pressing a little bit. A lot of people tell me, oh, look at my calluses, I'm getting better, I'm improving, I'm getting calluses. When someone tell me, look at my calluses, I tell them, you are playing wrong, because you don't supposed to create calluses. You're supposed to create pads. You're supposed to create something, a pad that is possible to slide the finger sin producir ese sonido de una superficie dura contra otra superficie dura. Produce esos squeaks. To avoid that one, you gotta learn to press soft, because when your finger press soft, it doesn't produce that squeak. But at this point, I'm using another technique, since my fingers has a little bit of calluses on it, because when I start playing, learning about this thing, I was 28, and at 28 I was playing my guitar for about 18 years already. I started playing, no, it's 16 years, because I started playing when I was about 12. So I already have big calluses, but I have been losing them. I don't have big calluses anymore, but it's a little harder surface over there, but not as hard as other guitar players I have seen, that they have this thick, humongous calluses. So my technique is, when I'm going to slide, I don't use the tip of the finger. I use mostly the front of the finger, and that doesn't produce the squeak. So I play with this section, not with this, but with this. If I play with this, I can still produce a good sound, because my finger doesn't have much calluses. But to be safe, I go with the face of the finger. All right. So now when you press a little bit, your hand is going to learn how much pressure you need to change chord. So in that way, you're going to avoid so much pain in the fingers, that pain that burns, and you don't want to play the following day. So that's my advice for beginners, to use the fingers properly. Once you have a chord, then your right hand need to start moving, and you can start moving with 2, with 3, with 4, with 5, with 6, with 8, with 12. It doesn't matter, but the action will be down, up. So if we're going to do 2, down, up, down, up, down, up. Or you can do 3. And when you make 3 movements, the count really it becomes like 1 and 2, and because the hand moves up, but it doesn't produce sound. So, but that still count 1 and 2, 1 and 2. If I count it like with 1, each note will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. See, count 4, it doesn't sound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. But I'm using that space to fill it up with that silent. It can be a silent, or can be a longer note that stay ringing. So your right hand have to understand that you have movement that you need to have under control. In this case, we are going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or if you want to play the count 4, then we sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But in this case, you can get it like a step by step. By example, 1, 2, 3, 4, and stop, and start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and stop, and start again. Because at a certain point, your hand need to learn how to start and how to stop. So your hand starts and stop. So, by example, if I'm going to end a song with, my hand needs to learn how to stop at that moment and create a mute, cut the sound completely, or leave it like ringing, which I don't like it. I like it better with the cutting it off. And for that, you need to have your right hand to be as agile as a 100-meter runner. So you have, we're going to do 3. We make 3, and then we can make 4, and then we can make 5. Notice that in the 1, 2, the hand stay up. In the count of 3, the hand stay down. In the count of 4, the hand stay up. So in pairs, the hand stay up. Right? And then you finish, and then you mute. But in the 5, so the numbers that they are odd numbers, those numbers, the hand stay down. And the numbers that are paired, the hand stay up. All right? So we're going to say an odd number, which is 5, and then we are going to combine it with 3 numbers that are just 1, but they are just going down, up, no sound, down, up, no sound. So it will be a count of 3. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. But we're going to count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we're going to add, to make 2 strumming together, we're going to add 1 count of 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Now, if we add chords, or we add a little bit more speed, you got a nice sound over there. But it's always count of 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Doesn't matter how you want to count it. But either way is good for me. So then you can just add a chord. It can be a C, it can be a G. And this chord, I like to do my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the bottom string. I don't play the top string until I go. So I have 2 different sounds. We're going to give one more piece of information over here, that this will be hard, soft, 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 hard, soft, soft, hard, soft, 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 hard, soft, soft, hard, hard, soft, 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 hard, soft, soft, 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 hard. You can also call them long, short, 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 long, short, short, long, short, 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 long, short, short, long, short, 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 long, short, short, long, short, 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 long, short, short, long. In that way, you can find a lot of control in your hand. If you like my information, my lesson, please become a sponsor and help me to keep teaching you and keep giving more information about how to play the guitar and become as professional as you can be. Thank you very much.